on the Lumberjack Sports Network from Learfield. It's time for Ladyjack's basketball. Tune in for our pregame coverage, starting with the Reese Jewelry pregame show. The Reese Jewelry pregame show is also brought to you by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, protecting Texans since 1952. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of SFA Athletics. Agility Insurance Services, the nation's premier FMO. And by Pilgrims Nacogdoches, proud sponsors of SFA Athletics. The Reese Jewelry pregame show offers an in-depth look at tonight's matchup, along with highlights and scores from across the conference and the country. Here's the voice of Ladyjack's basketball, Cade Hack.
Welcome to the final game of 2025 for the Stephen F. Austin Ladyjacks. Today, they take on the Northwestern State Lady Demons. Cade Hack here on the call. This one should be a good one between two teams trying to work their way further into Southland Conference success. SFA so far sits at 1-2 following their loss earlier this week against East Texas A&M, while the Northwestern State Lady Demons sit at 3-0. These two teams have similar records overall, as the Ladyjacks sit at 7-5, Lady Demons sit at 6-5. But in conference play, SFA has just the one win so far and the two losses, while the Northwestern State Lady Demons sit as the lone team still undefeated in Southland Conference standings. Ladyjacks come into this game off of that loss, but they still come in the best offense in the entire conference as they average 75 points per game. The next closest is 69 from East Texas A&M. Northwestern State has hung their hat on the defensive side of the basketball, as they've allowed the third least points per game at 65, while scoring a total of 66 themselves. So a close margin of victory. SFA sits at second most in margin, as they've averaged 5 points over their opponents, while Northwestern State has averaged just around 1. But both of these two teams, some of the most successful when you look at lone players, as these two teams are the only ones with multiple players to win Southland Conference Player of the Week so far. For Northwestern State, it's been Viatama. Atama was named Player of the Week on November 10th, and then for a second time on December 8th. And then this last week, Nia Valentine joined her in the ranks, winning Southland Conference Player of the Week on December 22nd. For the Ladyjacks, it's Key Roseby, who won on November 17th, and then Shaw Gardner, who won on December 1st, as she came off of those back-to-back double-doubles that worked her way to this point. These two teams also have similar scoring ability, as the Ladyjacks have 4 players in double figures still. It's Monty Dominguez, Micah Perry, Key Roseby, and Kaylin Kemp. On the opposite side for Northwestern State, they only have 2 that are averaging that double figure mark. But Viatama has been leading the entire conference with 20.1 points per game so far. Has been a star for this team. The Ladyjacks are going to try to slow down Atama to find the win column again. SFA, the 5th best defense in the conference when you look at the numbers, has one of the best scorers themselves in Monty Dominguez, who sits at 4th, but it's going to be a battle between the group of those 4 that average double digits for the Ladyjacks against Viatama, who has averaged those 20 points all alone for Northwestern State. Ladyjacks in that last game where they took the loss to East Texas A&M were behind by as much as 12 in the game, behind by 10 heading into that fourth quarter. Had a big-time comeback, made a last-second push, trying to send it to overtime, had an open shot, a good look from Monty Dominguez, the player you want to take that shot in that situation. Just couldn't get it to go that time. This season, she's shot 37% from 3, while averaging a total of 14.2 points per game. So Monty has been efficient, but just could not get that one to go in the biggest moment of the game. But it was a good job by the Ladyjacks to show what they could do in that fourth quarter. They struggled some throughout the game with their scoring, but when they found that momentum in the back half of the ball game, really showed just how dangerous they can be. But they just had some struggles slowing down one of the best players in the conference in Riza Poe. Poe was able to work her average even higher, and now sits at 3rd most points per game in the conference. But Ladyjacks are looking for a big bounce-back win, as they've had 2 losses in a row. The first of those 2 losses in a row was against Arkansas in Fayetteville. The second was against Commerce in Commerce, so this is the 3rd game of this road trip. They've got 1 more that will come in just a couple of short days in Hammond, playing Southeastern Louisiana, before the Ladyjacks will head back home and have a 2-game homestand taking on UIW and Houston Christian in William R. Johnson Coliseum in Natchitoches. But before that, they've got to get set to go from Natchitoches. The Ladyjacks making their way back out onto the court, ready to go. We'll have more of the Reese Jewelry pregame show after this. You're listening to Ladyjacks basketball on the Lumberjack Sports Network from Learfield.
Agility Insurance Service is the nation's premier FMO for regional and national life, accident, and health insurance companies. With more support than any other FMO, now is the time to become an agent with Agility. Agents are the backbone of our success, so we ensure that you have all the resources you need to be successful. Whether that is a bilingual support specialist or customized and targeted marketing material, we go to great lengths to ensure your success. Visit enrollinsurance.com to learn more. Enrollinsurance.com. Agility Insurance is a proud partner of SFA Athletics.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Commercial Bank of Texas has been your community bank since 1901, and our dedication to the people we serve is as important today as it was then. Today, CBTX brings you the latest technology backed by personal customer service and #Seal with a smile. At Commercial Bank of Texas, banking is our business, but helping people succeed is our passion. It's time you experience banking Texas style. Stop by or give us a call today. You'll be glad you did.
Discover the charm of the historic Lumberjack National Golf Course. Our 18-hole course is open to the public daily, and memberships are available. Enjoy our pristine new greens and comfortable state-of-the-art golf carts. And if you need a venue, our event space is perfect for any occasion. East Texas golfers have loved this hidden gem since 1926, and today it's proudly run by a family of SFA alumni. Play for a day or play for a lifetime at Lumberjack National Golf Course.
This is SFA basketball on the Lumberjack Sports Network. Axum. Welcome back in Natchitoches. The Ladyjacks finding their way back out to the floor and trying to find their way back into the win column as they take on the Lady Demons. Cade Hack here on the call. These two teams are very familiar with each other. They've played plenty of times historically. As in total, they have played 89 times. So we've got the 90th all-time matchup between these two programs on the way. SFA has the historical lead with a record of 67-22 when playing against the Lady Demons. They sit at 22-14 when playing here in Natchitoches, and they have won 11 straight over the Lady Demons. Ladyjacks looking to make it 12 straight wins over the Demons. Going to try to do that in dominant fashion in a big bounce-back game. Last year, these two teams played. SFA won both of them. That was part of that 11-game streak. The Ladyjacks are looking to continue what has been a historically dominant trend in beating the Lady Demons no matter where they play. SFA again comes into this one following the loss against East Texas A&M and a loss to University of Arkansas. Their last win was a dominant one in Southland Conference play where they played Texas A&M Corpus Christi on their home floor and took an 84-62 win. The other two have been very close matchups that they've played in Southland Conference. Again, an 85-87 loss against UTRGV, and then a 3-point loss, 68-71 when playing against East Texas A&M. So SFA has had those losses, but they've been tough ones, well fought, and have had a chance to the very end. So when you're looking at that record, it can be a bit deceiving when you see just how well they have played in each of the matchups that they've taken so far. On the opposite side for Northwestern State, they have their conference wins coming over Southeastern Louisiana, who they beat 69-52. A big win over McNeese, where they won 65-58.
And that third win to put them at 3-0, the only undefeated team remaining in the Southland Conference, was a 60-57 win here on their home floor 10 days ago, taking on Lamar. So Ladyjacks have played more recently, are ready to go. Really warmed up after that 9-day break that they had around the Christmas time. Came back and warmed up in the second half against East Texas A&M, kind of shook off some rust, and are ready to go now for their second matchup since coming back from that Christmas break. On the opposite side, Northwestern State is here for their first, and now we will take a quick moment break as we will get a playing of the national anthem here inside the Coliseum in Natchitoches in just a short moment. But again, SFA coming into this one following those two losses, looking for the bounce-back win, while Northwestern State is looking to continue their push to continue the undefeated season. Currently 3-0, looking to make it to 4-0 if possible against the Ladyjacks. And now we will take the pause for the national anthem prior to the game from the Jazz Band here at NSU. Rendition of the national anthem here inside Natchitoches and ready to go. Both teams out on the floor as starting lineups about to be announced. We'll bring them to you right here first. For the Ladyjacks, it's going to be the same five that we have seen all season long. Micah Perry, Key Roseby, Monty Dominguez, Kaylin Kemp, and Cha Gardner finding their way out to the floor. And on the opposite side, it's been the same starting five for Northwestern State in every single game so far. It's been Nia Valentine, Carla Celea, Tiara Abram, Clarence Chula, and V. Atama. So a couple players to watch for both sides as Ladyjacks have 4 in double figures, and Northwestern State has the single best score in the conference. We've got basketball coming up next. You're listening to Ladyjacks Basketball on the Lumberjack Sports Network from Learfield.
Pilgrim's Nacogdoches is hiring with pay up to $21.60 per hour if you work all your scheduled hours. No experience necessary. Pilgrim's offers on-the-job training, overtime opportunities, extra pay for night shift, and full benefits packages for all employees. Apply in person at Pilgrim's in Nacogdoches, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or online at pilgrims.com. Pilgrim's Nacogdoches has immediate openings and wants to talk to you.
A nice, firm handshake goes a long way. At Southside Bank, you get that when you walk in the door. But we go one step further. We get to know you by name. Because knowing your name means knowing what influences your financial decisions, your family, your business, your local schools and sports teams, your community. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the hand, but the person who's shaking it. Visit a local Southside branch so we can work with you hand in hand. Southside Bank. Member FDIC.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
Exceeding all expectations for 3 generations. You can call us day or night. McWilliams, we're the ones you trust. So count on us to come out and fix things right. When your plumbing is slow or your best service round by far. Visit callmcwilliams.com. McWilliams, we're not comfortable until you are.
On the Lumberjack Sports Network from Learfield, Ladyjack's basketball is on the air. Brought to you by Agility Insurance Services, the nation's premier FMO, Commercial Bank of Texas, banking Texas style. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of SFA Athletics. Pilgrims Nacogdoches, proud sponsors of SFA Athletics. And by Hightower, Franklin and James, the official personal injury sponsor of SFA Athletics. It's game time. Let's go courtside with the call of the game. Here's the voice of Ladyjack's basketball, Cade Hack.
Starting lineups being announced with the light show here inside the Coliseum in Natchitoches. Both the teams now ready to go, as it's the Jacks versus the Demons. This one will be a doubleheader between the women's teams first. Later it will be the men's team playing here on the same floor. The Ladyjacks look to start it off on the right foot and set the stage for the Lumberjacks men's team that is coming next. Ladyjacks last season finished 16-14 overall in conference play. They're 1-2 so far this year, but looking for a big bounce-back win against the lone undefeated team in the entire Southland Conference on the women's side. Again, SFA enters after having played to the East Texas A&M Commerce earlier this week on Monday, and now have their Wednesday matchup where they continue Southland Conference play and playing on the road. They've got one more road game before those two at home, but they're ready to go here inside the Coliseum from Natchitoches. Ladyjacks have the same five out on the floor. Cha Gardner makes her way to the center circle as it's her and Viatama setting up for the tip. Tip goes the way of the Lady Demons as it's into the hands of their point guard. Passing it over the top is Nia Valentine. Passing side, fighting for a finish, can't get it to go. That time it was Carla Salea trying to get the shot down, couldn't find the bottom of the net, and the basketball is back with the Ladyjacks. Kemp orchestrating the offense, gives it over to Monty Dominguez. Dominguez to Roseby. Ladyjacks working around the perimeter. Cha Gardner sets a screen, rolls off of it. Kemp drives inside, has her pass back out, poked away. Basketball will remain with SFA following the last touched ball from Northwestern.
Get there!
And Michael Perry now sets up on the sidelines, getting ready for the inbounds. Perry trying to find it inside and finally does, but it's taken away in the opposite direction. Driving inside, fighting for a finish, can't get it to go as that one's blocked away by the Ladyjacks. Inside, that was Tierras Abram trying to find the layup, couldn't get it to go. It was a big block from the Jacks. Pass inside now, Cha Gardner on the cut, can't get it to go, too strong. Off the window and out, back into the hands of Tierras. Tierras Abram now working. Abram gives the ball over to Salea. Salea skip pass to the corner. Nia Valentine puts up a three, can't get it to go. Long rebound on the weak side is in the hands of Micah Perry. Perry pushing into the half court, plays it to Key Roseby. Roseby with the dribble at the top of the key. Working one-on-one against Tierras Abram, uses a pick from Cha Gardner, and a foul is called against Gardner as she set the screen. Still was moving as the screen was set, so the score remains 0-0. 8 minutes, 48 seconds left to play in the first as Isaiah Ferrier checks into the ballgame for Gardner. Basketball back with the Lady Demons. Monty Dominguez playing defense. Pass inside now to Viatama. Atama rotates it back out towards the perimeter. Nia Valentine working back towards the top of the key. Gives it back to Atama. 13 left on the shot clock. Salea looking for the entry pass inside. Gets it into the hands of Tierras Abram. Abram a pass out. Three goes up, three hits off the rim, and a rebound falls into the weak hand of Key Roseby on the left-hand side. Roseby looking for the coast-to-coast finish, finds it and one. Key Roseby opens the game with two and a chance to make it three at the charity stripe.
That's a good by number 5, Key Roseby. Personal foul called on number
2-0 now the lead for the Ladyjacks following the first bucket of the game. Key Roseby, A tough finish, taking it coast to coast following the board. Now has a chance at the free throw line. She shoots 67% on the season, averages 12.8 points per game, and gets her third early. 8 minutes, 15 seconds left to play with. Ladyjacks with the first lead of the game. SFA on the defensive side now. Viatama finds the lane, drives inside. It's a hard drive, can't get the finish to go. Rebound is there for the Demons. Lady Demons looking for another shot. They put it up off the front of the rim and out. Another rebound comes for Atama, and Atama draws the foul as she fights through some contact looking for the finish. So Viatama will now head to the line. The leading scorer in the conference makes her way there. So far this season, shooting 81% from the stripe. Has shot the most of any player on the Lady Demons this season, as she shot 48 free throws prior to this point. 49th free throw of the season. Touches all over the rim and falls on the wrong side for the Lady Demons, the right side for the Jacks. Still 3-0 to score. Atama's second free throw goes up and straight through. So it's 3-1 now. Lady Jacks lead sits at 2. Kemp pushing it to the left-hand side. Roseby facing a double. Gets it back to Kaylin Kemp. Pass to the corner. Micah Perry decides to play it back towards the top. Lady Jacks playing around the perimeter. Kaylin Kemp now uses a screen from Ferrier. Kemp trying to find the entry pass over the top. Does. Ferrier fighting over 2 and gets the bucket to go. 5-1 now the score for the Lady Jacks. Good finish from Ferrier. Both buckets for the Lady Jacks so far have come on the inside. 7 minutes, 20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Bounce pass opens up for the Lady Demons. They kick it back out on the perimeter. Tiara Sabrin back to the top. Nia Valentine calling the shots for the Lady Demons. Northwestern State still working deep into the shot clock. 6 on it. A deep 3 goes up and a deep 3 falls for Nia Valentine. Her first bucket of the game. And the score is 5-4. Lady Jacks lead. 7 minutes even to go. Key Roseby gets the basketball in her hands. Roseby over the top to Ferrier. Ferrier kick out. Kemp open 3. Can't quite get it to go. It's left just a touch too short. Rebound falls to Valentine. Lady Jacks back on the defensive side. Kaylin Kemp. Quick hands with the steal. Kemp taking it all the way inside. Lefty lay won't go too strong. Off the window and the front of the iron. Basketball back with the Lady Demons. Drive inside for the Lady Demons. Shot goes up. Shot will not find its way through, but the second chance is there that time for Clarence Druela. Lady Jacks wasting no time. Now they trail for the first time in the game. 5-6 the score. 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Kaylin Kemp setting up top. Orchestrating the offense. Plays it to Perry. Perry. Pass to Ferrier. Ferrier on the weak side now gives it to Kaylin Kemp. Monty Dominguez relocates, puts up the 3, and leaves it just short off the front of the iron, back down into the hands of Tiara Sabrin, who is there for the board. 6-5 still to score. 6 minutes left to play in the first. Nia Valentine relocates, finds an entry pass inside to Atama. Atama loses control of the basketball. It's a fight for it on the floor. Key Roseby coming away with it for the Lady Jacks. As Roseby makes a big hustle play there. Lady Jacks still trail by that 1 point as 2 new players come into the game. Anika Highland comes in, as does Cha Gardner back in. It's Anika Highland's birthday today, and she's getting some early minutes here in the first quarter as there's 5 minutes and 52 seconds left to play. Highland now running the point. Highland gives it to Ferrier. Lady Jacks in motion offensively. Cha Gardner steps, kicks outside. Micah Perry on the drive. Working her way through 2. Splits the defender. Shot can't go through. Cha Gardner fights for the rebound. Gets it. Goes up. And the second chance turns into a trip at the line for Cha Gardner. Gardner was well positioned for the board. Was able to bring it back down. And now we'll head to the stripe. Gardner shooting 55% so far this season from the free throw line. Averaging a team best 7.1 rebounds per game. There's 3 different players averaging that mark. It's Isaiah Ferrier, Cha Gardner, and Key Roseby. Gardner's first free throw won't go through as it lips off the iron. 5-6 remains the score. 5 minutes, 33 seconds left to play. Gardner now with the second free throw and a chance to tie. Gardner can't get it to go. Score remains the same. Lead remains with Northwestern State. Nia Valentine on the dribble. Valentine over to the freshly checked in Peyton Miller. Miller back over to Avery. Drive inside. Hooking around, can't get the shot up, and they lose possession as after losing control due to good defense from the Ladyjacks, basketball goes back with SFA. Still trail by 1, 5-6 the score. Highland setting up to get the ball inbounded from Ferrier. Five minutes, 15 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. SFA has had the lead for a chunk of the game. Recent plays have been in possession of as Cha Gardner now fights and gets fouled. But the lead has been in possession of Northwestern State. Gardner going to the line for the second time already. As instead, that one's called on the floor. Hadn't got the shot up yet, was not in the motion. So we'll set up on a baseline out of bounds play with Anika Highland underneath the basket of the Jacks. 5-6 the score. Highland gets it into the hands of Gardner. Gardner goes over the top. Can't find the finish. Fights for the rebound. It comes away into the hands of Northwestern State. That time on the board it was Micah Jarrett. Jarrett passes it over, and it's a left-handed finish on the inside. An easy one for Deja Turner. So 5-8 the lead now for Northwestern State. Highland uses a screen from Gardner. Shows some shifty dribbling, but loses possession of the ball and is called for the travel just before it. So that will send us to the first quarter media timeout with a score of 5-8. Northwestern State leading the Ladyjacks. You're listening to Ladyjacks basketball on the Lumberjack Sports Network from Learfield.
Ready to grow your insurance business? Agility Insurance Services, the nation's premier field marketing organization, is here to help you succeed. As a proud partner of SFA Athletics, we're committed to excellence on and off the court. Get access to top carriers, exclusive products, expert training, smart enrollment tools, and unmatched sales support, plus top-tier commissions and professional marketing, all in one with Agility. Join thousands of successful agents by visiting enrollinsurance.com today.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Commercial Bank of Texas has been your community bank since 1901, and our dedication to the people we serve is as important today as it was then. Today, CBTX brings you the latest technology, backed by personal customer service and #Seal with a smile. At Commercial Bank of Texas, banking is our business, but helping people succeed is our passion. It's time you experienced banking Texas style. Stop by or give us a call today. You'll be glad you did.
On the Lumberjack Sports Network, this is SFA Basketball.
Ladyjacks trail at the conclusion of the first quarter media timeout, 5-8. They head into the media timeout with a 7-0 run intact for Northwestern State. Ladyjacks 0 of their last 5 field goals in a scoring drought nearing 3 minutes. They started the game on the right foot with the and one from Key Roseby. And then they had 2 added from Isaiah Ferrier, have not been able to score since. It's been almost 3 minutes of game time, while Northwestern State has finally found the rhythm of the game. Nia Valentine leads their team in scoring with the 3. She's 1 for 3 so far from beyond the arc, but it's enough to put her out in front for leading scorer of the ballgame. Valentine coming off of a week where she was named Player of the Week for the Southland Conference. Again, these 2 teams are the only 2 that have had 2 players named to the Player of the Week so far this season. And following the media timeout, this will put the basketball back in the hands of Peyton Miller, passing the ball in for Northwestern State. Ladyjacks bring the full court press. Lydia Kajus now playing the ball against Valentine. Kajus covering the entire way.